Hi, my name is Drew Jarvis and I'm an application specialist with Cansel in Port Moody, BC. Today we're going to be taking a look at the conversion of duct from design to fabrication inside of Revit. And specifically we're going to be looking at the assignment of insulation. A question I've had is, when I convert from design to fabrication, I lose the insulation. So why is that? Well, when we convert, we make use of the configuration that's applied. And the default settings inside of there include materials and settings for whether there's lining or insulation applied. So if the current default settings are that there is no insulation, that's what we'll get, irregardless of whether there's insulation on the Revit design item or not. Let's take a look. If I select all of my ductwork here and add insulation, I'm going to add a 25mm duct wrap. As you can see inside of my fabrication settings here, I'm using the metric content version 704. I'm going to reload to make sure I've got the latest settings, and OK. Now if I pick all of my pieces, use the design to fabrication tool and click OK, you can see the resultant objects, while accurate, do not have the insulation specification. It is currently set to off. You also notice that there isn't actually a lagging 25mm inside of here. So we'll also address that. So how do we make changes to the configuration? Well, we need to have one of the fabrication products. For example, cam duct. Here we can see my cam duct software. And I've just simply gone to the quick takeoff area. On the left here you can see a palette that shows the general supply, and next to it settings for the service. If I go and edit or set up the service, because it takes me into general supply, which is set up to use the DW144 medium velocity, and currently the installation spec is not set. On the drop down list I can pick a default. However, at this time I don't want the lagging 50mm because I've got 25mm on my design. So let's set up a new insulation type. If I go to my setup database, go into my fittings, and then down to insulation specifications, you can see here there's a couple of specs for the ductwork. There's an acoustic liner and a lagging. So we're going to want to take that lagging and make a duplicate of it. So we can hit new, and we can call this one lagging 25. Similarly, we'll change the abbreviation there to 25. However, we can still see the lagging 25 actually still uses a 50mm material. So we need to go to the materials here, find our duct wrap 50. I can right click on it and then put in my new values. So it's going to be 25, 60 cents, 25. I'll then hit apply to save it, otherwise it won't show up when I come back to here. And now in my lagging 25mm, if I double click there, I can then use this drop down to specify the 25mm duct wrap as being the material used on the insulation spec. Going back into my service now, on the drop down for the insulation spec, you'll see now that there's a lagging 25mm. So I'm going to choose that, click OK, and then we're going to go back to Revit. Any changes you make in here are immediately updated in the database. Now I'm going to want to undo my design to fabrication so that I've got my design pieces with insulation on them. Go into my settings to reload the configuration. And then use my design to fabrication tool. The resultant pieces not only have the accuracy of the metal inside, but now they have this insulation spec, the lagging 25mm that I just created. My name is Drew Jarvis. I'm an application specialist for Cansel in Port Moody, BC, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Thank you.